Ite como etana, elenete que ene amo istagani hete. Istamo hatana eke elena hete. Namohatine, ehena ka ailanotone hetane. Tahana ke elena hito ona hikine enamatane hetane he. Awata amone. Awata mo onatana kignalata. Emotions are signals from your soul trying to get you to be aware, to notice, to put your attention in its particular place. Right now, you are experiencing, starting last night, you began to have growing waves of sadness. And sadness is there to say, look and reflect. Something here is not beneficial. Something is not lined up right. It is to get you to reflect and to look, to slow down and see what maybe you had not seen as you were moving before. When you experience sadness, do not try to make yourself do things. That's defeating the purpose. And you may find that when you do that, it comes back in stronger waves. It is because it is trying to tell you, I need you to slow down, stop, and really look at what's going on. If you experience sadness with anger, it is telling you, you need to stop, slow down, look. And when the anger starts to come up, it is saying, it is time to do something about this. Last night, you had a couple of instances where things had an emotional response afterwards. They are all giving you messages. And you are doing well, and that you're recognizing that you should not rationalize, even though that is your inclination, because that is what you've been taught here. Yes, there is something else going on there. There is a desire to manipulate, control, and play off of others. So when your emotions said, something's not right here, you were right. Something was not right there. That is good. You are listening. You are listening. You were becoming more and more irritated. It was rising higher and higher by the second. You are listening. Sadness is telling you, stop and look. Look deeply and long. Sadness with anger is telling us to look carefully, see carefully, and then when you feel the anger start to rise up, it is saying it's time to do something. It's time to change something. You have had many thoughts, patterns moving around in your head. This is normal. You are completely used to this. But this is now opening up in a different way. And you have questions. You're starting to see something of the future. And it is of the future. And you don't know what to do with this. You're going to be... Let the future unfold. Do not worry about it. Do not be anxious about it. And do not say to yourself, I'm not sure I can do that. I don't see how I could do that. These are just glimpses, and there are opportunities that this is not a definite 100%. But it will be something like this. The fears that you have, the anxieties you have, the sense of, I just am not up to that. That is not who I could be. Those are ego rationalizations. You have always been heading to this point. It was always going to go here. And there is a need to keep things in perspective. You are going to find those who, when they hear this, immediately say, I knew it. I feel it. Yes, this is true. This is real. You are going to find others who are going to resist it with everything that they have. And when we say others, we do not just mean individual souls here on this earth plane at this time. They are deeply entrenched dogmas, doctrines that have propelled whole cultures through this expansion of their souls. You have expressed, and God has heard, and we have heard, that this was not working, and it was not beneficial, and it was hurting, and was causing problems. And we heard it, and we have responded, and we've already acted, and we're already making decisions. We're already putting things in place. But there are those who have held a position of reference that this will cause a rocking to everything, to their entire culture. But this is for a good purpose. There are elements that were allowed to exist with the hopes that they would grow beyond, that have become deeply entrenched and which are not benefiting anyone anymore. We're cleaning house. We're just cleaning house. They have this thing there where you are. You don't really particularly care for it, but nobody really does. Of going through your closet and saying, what have I not worn in the past year? If there is something I have not worn in the past year, it is time to release it and let it go. Throughout all of creation, all that there is, this cleaning house is beginning. Anything that is not of divinity and grows in divinity. By such I mean, when something is of divinity, you know you are safe, you know you are strong, you expand, you explore. There is a sense of wonder in it. There is fun. There's also contemplativeness, but it's in a very, isn't this interesting type of situation. Things that are of that nature will remain because we wear them all the time. We never stop wearing them. They're like the basics we wear all the time. They're in the closet. But there are those things, whenever they are brought up, you will experience a twinge that something feels uncomfortable. And in the separation where you have existed in this plane, when that twinge comes up, they have taught through rationalization to keep pushing through, keep trying, keep working. We've allowed this so that we thought that you would learn to start paying more attention to your divinity. Instead, the divinity has been pushed back farther and farther. And your existence is one of continual discomfort. So much so that you do not even realize you're in continual discomfort. The irritations are so normal. You don't even know what it's like to not exist with those irritations. So there's going to be a clearing house. You could not do it all at once because it would be too much. But it is happening. And there is on your part an impatience. Now that it is realized, let's just do it. Let's just get it all done. In order to clear house, there must be a thoughtfulness. There must be an awareness. If you just go into the house, you're going to a cleaning house, and you just take everything out of the room and just throw it away, then you will have nothing. And when you have nothing, you will become anxious because you have nothing. And you will feel alone, and you will be scared. We have to do it thoughtfully. And all of everything is quite extensive. So it's not like, okay, let's take one day. Let's take 1 week. Get it all done. Get it all done. No, my dear. It's not going to be like that. This is too much. Too extensive. It is being done. But look at the progress. Don't look at that we're taking too long. Look at the progress we are making. There are souls that are beautiful souls, that are kind souls, that are wonderful souls, that are truly, truly striving to be their fullest expressions of their divinity, that have gotten caught up in different beliefs. There are beautiful souls that have gotten not completely lost, but it is like they have a coat, and the coat is bright, and the coat is, they think it is beautiful, and they love this coat. It is a coat that's been around for a very long time. It has fond memories. It kept them warm. It made them feel good. They loved this coat. And so even though the coat has gotten old and tattered, doesn't fit well. In fact, you can barely get your arms into the holes because it was from when you were much younger and you've grown since then. You hold on to the coat. Now, there is a possibility you could hold on to the coat and just keep it as a remembrance. And that is a beautiful thing. That is okay. That is fine. But that is not what is happening. Many have had these ideas, these beliefs, these dogmas that suited them very well at a younger age. And even though they have grown, they keep wanting to put on the coat. They keep wanting to make the coat fit now, to who they are now, and it does not fit. So we need to have this cleaning house. And if they wish to keep the coat and have it in a place of honor and remembrance, of a place where they have been, and keep all the fond memories, that is fine. But it does not need to be in the closet. And they do not have to keep trying to put it on even though it doesn't fit anymore. This is a process. And we are not wishing to cause anyone discomfort in this process. We want it to be a gentle realization where they realize, you know what, this coat doesn't fit anymore. It hasn't fit for a long time. Right now, in this, on earth, and throughout all that is, there are lots of coats that lots of ones have worn through many lives and in many cultures. And they're finding it very hard to let these coats go. They really love these coats. They sometimes will try to redo the coat, try to fix it up, Maybe if I add this or do this, it'll make the coat better. It's the same coat. It's the same ideas, just rebranded. My dear ones, the coat served you well when you were at a younger place. It was a wonderful coat, and it still is a wonderful coat, but is now needs to be taken and placed as a place of remembrance and be honored for the place of remembrance. You can keep all the wonderful feelings you've had associated with the coat, but it is now time, my dear ones, to put the coat away, to take it out of the closet of the things you keep trying to put on, and instead see who you are now. See what suits where you are now. See what feels good when you put it on, not that feels uncomfortable. If you are feeling these uncomfortables, and you're like, this isn't fair, I've got to fight, no, 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 my dear ones. My dear, dear ones. The coat does not fit anymore. It has not fit for a long time. And your divinity has been telling you so. In fact, it is like spring cleaning time. And the divinity of all souls is saying, let's remove these coats. Let's remove these pairs of pants, these shoes, all these things that we have worn because we love them, but do not fit anymore. Release them. You can keep them as a place of honor and memory. We're not getting rid of any of that. If you want to have a little box where you put all the stuff that has these special memories in it, you can go back intermittently and just go back and look at them. That is fine. But you cannot try to wear them anymore. You cannot try to get other people to wear them. They don't fit. They do not fit. You've grown past this. And I know right now there's going to be a resurgence of, no, this is a great coat. I know this is a great coat. Other people have told me how great this coat is. And yes, just be quiet. You cannot do it in loudness. You cannot do it in, I'm going to just go through everything. You have to be quiet and look at the coat. Appreciate it for everything that it was and has been. And all the ways it helped you and kept you comfortable and safe. But recognize you don't need it anymore. You don't need it anymore. And that coat does not need to go to someone else. They don't need to put it on too. Allow this cleaning process to occur. Allow the paths to be cleaned up, straightened up. And when it's all done, it will be like looking at a closet where everything you see makes you feel good and feels comfortable. There's nothing uncomfortable. There's nothing you don't really care for. It's only the beautiful stuff. Only the most comfortable stuff. Only the stuff that makes you the happiest. That is where we are coming to. That is what we are working on. But it is a process. It is not instantaneous. So just relax. Most people do not really like the cleaning process. They like the after, yes. Some don't even like the after. But it is a process, and find the beauty in the process. Hum to yourself. Sing a little song. Imagine and see where you're going to be. There is a song, from your perspective, an old song. But there is a song, an old movie, Mary Poppins. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The idea is that while you're doing any job, if you see and find the sweetness therein, everything can become a game. So, dear ones, in this process, when you feel resistance, when you feel, oh no, I don't want to do this, I'm too overwhelmed by cleaning out this closet, quiet yourself, find your own little happy place, and make it into a game. Then when everything is done, not only will you enjoy what you have, but you enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. That is part of your divinity in of itself. Enjoying it. So those of you whose hearts are feeling weighed down by these heavy coats, and You're getting irritated by people telling you, this coat doesn't fit. You need to wear a different coat. It's not for them to say. But your own divinity is telling you. Now, there's one more issue that might occur along with this, and I'm going to bring it up because those of Earth especially are extremely stubborn. And there's a tendency, even this one has done this before. Your love of the coat and how it has been in your life and the way you felt while you use this coat, when anyone suggests putting it away, you have an almost defensive mechanism to it. And you will fight with everything you can to keep this coat. And you won't look at yourself, because if you look at yourself, you might realize you need to get rid of the coat, and you don't want that to happen. And so you'll lash out at everyone. It's all them. It's all them. Quiet yourself. Be at peace. And when you feel twinges of anger and anxiety, just allow it to fall away and to see what's really going on here. That you can keep your coats, you can keep them in a place of honor and recognition of how they have served you. But some of the beliefs, some of the thoughts, those should have been rebranded. So you think that they are new, but they are really just the old thoughts and beliefs rebranded. If they are not suiting you, if you are not feeling comfortable, and you're blaming others for your discomfort, just be quiet and just set it aside. You do not have to put it away. Just set it aside so it's not in the closet, but it's still there. And see how it feels for a while. Come to the calmness, come to the stillness, come to the quiet. It's going to be fine. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. Find your joy in the clearing out. And then you will find a settling. And your divinity will know and shine forth. Not hampered by old coats. Shine, dear ones. Shine as you truly are.